All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to another how-to or how not to, maybe this one. At Cigar Sherpa, I'm Laird Mayhew, and I'm in the middle of a cigar review right now, and I'm smoking the Particulares Cremas Delicioso, which is a Toro. It's 6-inch by 54 ring gauge, and it's from Sindicato Cigars. So anyway, look for the review on that. I just wanted to pipe in here before I go to work. I had some extra time in between the first and going into the second, third here. I just wanted to continue on the how-tos, and I just wanted to talk about etiquette. Okay, now there is an etiquette attached to smoking cigars. Okay, I'm going to tell you what those etiquettes are, and then you do what you want with them. Okay, I'm not preaching this. I'm not telling you that you are a Neanderthal if you don't follow this etiquette, and I'm not telling you that you are a professional cigar smoker or that you're a professional gentleman if you do follow everyone. Okay, I'm just telling you what they are. Okay, because I'm a person that does not like to. I do my own thing, but I like to be armed with the knowledge before I go into something. Okay, which is why I always read cigar reviews and watch cigar. That's the reason why I'm doing cigar reviews now, because I've been watching and reading and writing reviews. Before I go into anything, I research it, and that's the beauty of the internet, is you can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the etiquette, and that way you know. Okay, maybe you're a spy. Maybe you're going on some secret mission, and part of the person you're trying to get next to is a cigar smoker. So you're going to want to know the etiquette. Okay, so you blend in, and whether you like it or not, whether you're one of those people that, some of these people are just, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, I'm going to do my own thing. And that's great. Good on you. But studies have shown that human beings, one of our survival instincts is to fit in and blend in with our surroundings. So there you go. So if I give you this etiquette, you'll know, you do with it what you want. So I'm going to give you the do nots. Okay. This is what, if there happens to be a snob in the cigar bar or a group of them, okay, or just, some very judgmental people, I'm going to tell you what they're looking at you and what they're looking for and what they're judging you on, okay? And again, do what you want with it. Okay, starting with the pre-light. Do not lick the cigar, okay? Do not lick the cigar, and do not lick the tip of the cigar. Now, you see me do that all the time. When I'm punching a cigar, I will wet it, okay? That's because I don't give a shit about the etiquette. I'm going to do what I want. Now, the reason why it is in the etiquette is not because it's like, low class. It's because people typically will share cutters. Okay, so do the math. If I borrow your cutter because I forgot mine, or you just say, hey, try my V cutter because I've never tried one, and I'm over there licking on it, my mouth germs are now going to transmit to the end of your cutter. So the next time you cut your cigar, we're going to be making out by proxy. So that's just, don't do it. Do not hold the flame directly to the foot when lighting it. I don't do that. I like to toast my cigars first, and I think I explained that in How to Light a Cigar, so you can watch that video for the science behind it. But generally the rule of thumb is hold the flame about 1 inch to 2 inches away from the foot of the cigar and gently puff on it and get it to light without touching. That way you don't scorch the wrapper up and all that stuff. Okay, so smoking on the cigar, do not hold the cigar in your mouth between your teeth clenched. Okay, hold it in your hand. Okay, and sip on the cigar and smoke it. Now, I do this sometimes, but there is a reason why you really don't want to do it. You don't want to get the end of that cigar so wet. It's going to get wet because it's in your mouth and there's no tip. Don't use a tip. That's bad etiquette too. But you don't want it to get all wet and slimy and you got tar that's going to be running. You got ammonia that's going to build up and you got to clog it up. You got to remember the leaves are going to expand as they get wet, so it'll it absorbs moisture. So the more moisture you put on that tip there, the more it's going to get clogged up and it's not going to feel good in your mouth. So I generally sip on my cigars, but if I have to do something, I'll put it in my mouth, dry, do what I got to do. But generally I don't clench it between my teeth for long periods of time, and I don't chew on them. Okay, so the band of the cigar. Now, gentlemen rules, high end, pinky up, sipping your tea in a little glass rules is take the cigar band off after you've got about a 1/2 inch of the cigar smoked. The reason why you don't want to take it off before it's lit, of course, I covered that too, because you want to make sure that the glue is loosened up, it's warmed up, and you don't want to tear your wrapper. But high-end gentlemen, they don't want to be, I don't know, braggadocious about what they're smoking, so they'll take the band off. Americans, we like everybody to know what we're rolling with. So generally, if you're smoking, especially like a Cohiba or Cuban cigar, you want everybody to know what it is. I generally don't care. I'll take it off if I can. If it's a big band, it's going to get in the way of my smoking, and I can pull it off, I will. I won't, don't slide them off. Always peel the band off. If you can slide the band off, generally that means the cigar is probably under-humidified, but, it could just be bad construction too. All right. How long to smoke a cigar? Can you believe that there's actually an etiquette on how long to smoke a cigar? Okay. So high-end gentlemen, they smoke the cigar to about the halfway point, and then they set it down and let it go out. I don't know why anybody would ever do that. Maybe when cigars were made a long time ago, all the good tobacco was blended in the front, so you weren't like holding on to, a little roach. But nowadays, I find the cigars get better when they're halfway and beyond. That's like the sweet spot for me. Like, I don't even like judge a cigar really until I'm into the second third of the cigar, which most times the halfway point. I'm not gonna, if I'm not liking it, I'm gonna give it 2. If I don't like the cigar in the second third, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out because I don't. Even if I paid for it, I'm smoking a cigar because I want to enjoy the whole thing, not just, I bought it, I'm going to smoke it. How to smoke this cigar? Yes. If you are pulling on your cigar 5 to 6 times every minute, that's bad etiquette. I don't know why, but I can tell you, if you are pulling on the cigar more than 4 times a minute, 60 seconds, you do run the risk, if you're taking nice big puffs, of overheating the cherry on that cigar, and it's going to affect the flavor. So just keep that in mind. I'm generally about 3 to 4 minute, sometimes 1, just depends on what I'm doing. But if you're just constantly smoking on it, you're going to hotbox it. Just like if you smoke cigarettes, you don't ever want to get that hot box. Same thing with a cigar. It's blended to smoke evenly. So if you've got a cherry, when you knock the ash off, if your cherry is like pointed and it's an inch long, you're smoking it too fast. So it's etiquette, and there's some science behind it. How to hold it, okay? This is generally the proper way to hold a cigar. Not like this, like a cigarette. And I guess this is seen as low class, like blue-collared, but, I'm a blue-collar guy, so I hold it however the hell I want to hold it. Okay, that's one thing I don't care about. Now, if I was on some spook mission and I had to blend in, then I would follow all of these. But generally, I'm not. I'm a construction contractor. I can hold this bitch in my teeth. Okay. Let's see. I already covered that. So I don't know, about 9 or 10 so far. There's a few more. Also, in cutting the cigar, going back to the beginning, snobs will say only use a proper tool. Don't use your teeth, and don't use your thumbnail. Don't use your fingernail, or a razor blade or a pen knife or whatever the hell you got. Use a proper cutter, whatever. You go down to the factories where they roll these suckers, they fools smoke like 5-6 cigars a day, and they think we're stupid for using tools. It's a handmade product. They use their thumbnail. I think some people call it a Cuban cut. A lot of times, if I don't have my cutter or I just don't feel I'm driving or something like that, I can reach in because I have prominent front teeth like that. No, they're not buck teeth. Don't make fun of me. And I'll reach in and I'll just pull the cap out. It'll pull it out in that circle. It just won't be a fine cut circle. It'll be a little shards of tobacco I got to spit out. But hey, whatever works. Don't borrow a lighter. I don't even know how that made it there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to think someone's a broke ass because I got to borrow my lighter. Do not dip your cigar in a liquid. That's seen as bad etiquette. Okay. I bought a Davidoff one time. I think it was a Davidoff Nicaragua series. I think I paid like $23 for it. And the guy behind the counter asked me if I wanted it clipped and dipped. Now, generally they'll ask you if you want them to cut it for you. That's okay because whatever. But he asked me if he wanted to dip it, and I was like, huh? I just paid like $25 for this cigar. So I got snobby with him, like, you ain't ruining my cigar. I'll slap you in the face. You can give me a new one. Some people do it. I know, like, a friend of mine, his family was from Cuba, and they dipped their cigars. They were country folk in Cuba. They put honey on the tips of their cigars and sweetened them. So, whatever. If you want to do it, do it. Just know that there may be some people looking at you like, novice, new guy, doesn't know what he's doing, whatever. And finally, I am going to end with how to put the cigar out. Now, this is one that I follow and I encourage everybody to follow, is when you're done smoking the cigar, whether or not you have to re-smoke it or you're done, do not stamp the cigar out in an ashtray, okay? Just set it down and let it go out, okay? Stamping on the cigar is going to make it stink. It's going to create a bunch of smoke, and it's not like a cigarette. You're not going to put your finger on top of it. I mean, that's a pretty thick cherry. It's talking about a 54 ring gauge and sometimes up to like 70 ring gauges, you know, if you like big phallic things in your mouth like that. But don't stamp it out. It's bad etiquette. It's rude. It stinks, and you just don't need to do it because give it 5 minutes, it's going to go out. So anyway, this has been Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew, just trying to give you the tools of the trade, you know, information for you to take in. Do with it what you will. Follow it. Don't follow it. Laugh at me. Whatever. That's the etiquette. I'm just telling you what it is. So be polite to everybody that you meet, y'all, but always have a backup plan in case you got to punch them in the face. Maybe you don't have to shoot them all the time. Maybe just quick backhand to the face will shut them up. But never underestimate the power of the words, I'm sorry. And I'm out.